Mr. Kachwayo.
Good morning, colleagues, and good morning to all the participants. Welcome to our MTR webinar, and we really appreciate you making time to be part of this particular webinar. Apologies that we have delayed. We were supposed to have started at 10, but we just had some technical glitches that we needed to sort out, but we are okay now. And thank you so much for being our participant in this particular webinar. Let me take this opportunity to introduce all the panel members. We have Mrs. Brenda Pake, who is the manager under stakeholder relations. We have Ms. Manuku, who is our SR or a stakeholder relations officer on the panel. We also have Mr. Abongile Chaka, who is currently the acting registration officer. He is also going to be presenting matters that relates to registration. We also have Mr. Ricky Moodley, who is the education officer under the education unit department, who will be presenting on the MTR policy as well as uploading of MTR. We also have on the panel, Ms. Lorraine Ndlovu, who will be presenting on the payment that has to do with MTR as well as the professional practice examination. So those are our three panelists who will be doing the presentation. So participants, kindly bear with us. We know that in the agenda, we've indicated a session for questions that is between 11:30 to 12, but we are going to allow all the presentation to unfold so that you guys may reserve your questions. So what we are appealing from you is that please, when you have a question under registration, jot it down and leave it for later. If you have a question under MTR policy, jot it down and leave it for later. If you have a question under finance as well, jot it down and leave it later. So we're going to have the entire session on questions and answers so that we take all the questions at once. At the same time, we give you the appropriate answers that you deserve. Then we can be in a position to close our session. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And I will then allow Mr. Abongile Jata to begin with his presentation. Thank you, Brenda.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, colleagues, and to all the participants in the meeting. Thank you so much, Mzwake, for the introduction, and thank you to the program director, Brenda. As indicated by Mzwake, I will be presenting on registration, which is mainly the registration route. First-time registrations as candidates, the categories, and just touch a little bit as well on CPDs. I will be sharing my presentation just shortly. If you may unshare, who's sharing there? Thank you. I will be sharing my presentation on registrations. Okay, so with regards to registrations, as you would know, SACAP, South African Council for the Architectural Profession, is a regulatory body in the architectural profession, and it does the regulation through Act 44 of 2000, which means that we regulate all architectural practitioners in the architectural field. It means there is no one who should be practicing or undertaking architectural responsibilities without being registered with SACAP. As the regulatory body, we reserve the right to regulate the profession. In regulating the profession, it means we determine the registration categories, and not only that, we register and regulate and enforce the code of conduct in the architectural profession. So for first-time registrations, everyone who is registered for the first time with SECAP registers as a candidate or as an apprentice. The first category there you see is an apprentice. This is a fairly new category that we have come up with as SECAP. This category is for someone who is employed in an architectural firm to undertake architectural responsibilities, but may not necessarily have an architectural qualification. You will see there it says no qualification. In actual fact, it means no architectural qualification, because we do have people with qualifications in various industries that are related to architecture, such as your civil engineering, your interior designers. You find that they have been exposed to architectural work or are undertaking architectural work in their respective architectural firms. Therefore, when these people come on board and want to formally undertake architectural responsibilities, they will be registered as apprentice, under the category of an apprentice. Then you have a candidate architectural draft person. This is someone with a higher certificate in architecture. We currently have recently recognized a college that offers, or recognized and accredited a college that offers architectural studies or architectural qualification, and the only qualification that is currently accredited by SECAP is the higher certificate in architecture, and that is Inkscape College. So if you have that certificate from that college, you will then be registered as a candidate architectural draft person. Then you have the candidate architectural technologist. This is someone with a minimum qualification of a diploma or a BAS. This is a 3-year degree, 360 units qualification. So if you've got that qualification, then you'll be registered as a candidate architectural technologist. Then if you have a BAS honors, advanced diploma, a postgraduate diploma, you will be registered as a candidate senior architectural technologist. Then if you have a master's degree, a minimum of a master's or 2 PhD, the first time registration, you will be registered as a candidate architect. Now, once you are registered as a candidate or as an apprentice, you will be required to undertake monthly training records, to submit monthly training records. The process of monthly training records is structured in this manner. For candidates, architectural technologists to candidate architects, they are required to submit 24 months of monthly training records, whereas apprentice and candidate architectural draft persons, they are required to submit monthly training records for 36 months. What I would like to highlight here is that the submission of 24 months and 36 months is the actual submitted months, because with the confusion we normally get from candidates is that they will be registered and they get a confirmation letter which will indicate that they need to submit monthly training records for the stipulated period of time. And of course, when they read further in the documents of monthly training records, you will realize that they are required units, overall units, 400 overall units of monthly training records. And there are also units required per category. And when they submit monthly training records, overall units, once they meet overall units of 400 and maybe the units per category, then they think they are done submitting their monthly training records. But you find that they only achieved that within the period of maybe 18 months or 16 months. And therefore, when they want to apply for an upgrade or apply to write their exam, when we come to the monthly training records, we find that they only have 18 months or 20 months. But because they assumed by virtue of meeting the minimum required units, then they qualify. So we actually count the actual months submitted. So it means if in 12 months you only submitted 5 months, then it means you will have 5 months of monthly training records. So why is this training important, the period of monthly training records? It is important because it complements the academic education by adding knowledge and experience that can only be obtained in practice. So once you obtain your qualification, you will make sure that there are guidelines that in terms of experience that you need to meet. You will see them, the last point there on the slides, the categories which should be included in the training program. You have project and office management, design and design documentation, construction documents, and contract administration. You've got the fifth one there, which is not listed because it's not compulsory. However, it may also help you to gain overall units, which is the education category. For example, this webinar, you under that category, you can then go claim or submit monthly training records under that educational category there. So these categories are the ones that are supposed to guide you and your mentor during this practical training. It means you must be exposed to work that has to do with project and office management. You must be exposed to work that does design and design documentation. You must also be exposed to construction documents and contract administration responsibilities as a candidate under a SACAP registered mentor. I think also that is very important to emphasize that the mentor, or where you are placed in an architectural firm, if you are a candidate architect, you cannot have a candidate, a professional architectural technologist, for an example, or a professional senior architectural technologist, or a professional architectural draft person if you are a candidate architect. So you are required to have a professional architect to be your mentor. If you are a professional, a candidate senior architectural technologist, you can only have a professional senior architectural technologist or a professional architect. So it must be at your level or above in terms of a professional status as a candidate in terms of mentorship. Then once you upgrade to become you submit your monthly training records, you are found to be compliant, you then apply for the exam, professional practice examination. This is now you are going to write the exam, which consists of 2 papers, but I believe Ricky will go in there deeper in terms of covering the exam. But once you write and pass the exam, you are then going to be a professional in your respective category. If you were a candidate architectural draft person, you are then going to be a professional architectural draft person. Maybe also to cover the issue of apprentice, maybe someone will wonder, moving from an apprentice, what is your professional category going to be? You are going to be a professional architectural draft person. So it means if you are an apprentice and as a candidate architectural draft person, your professional category, when you upgrade, you are going to become a professional draft person. Once you become a professional in your respective category, you are then going to have access, or the system is going to be able to generate a privacy certificate for you, which is a form of legitimacy and a credibility for you as a professional. It means when you submit your tenders, when you submit your plans to the municipality, this is a document that proves that you are a legitimate and credible professional in the architectural space. That privacy certificate is a real-time verification method which can be used by municipalities. The certificate has, in an event that you printed the certificate, it has the QR code which can be scanned by the municipality to verify that you are in good standing with SECAP. Okay, and once you are a professional, of course, then you have your lifetime responsibility for as long as you are an architectural practitioner to comply with the continuing professional development points, CPD points. CPD points are mainly, I won't go deep into this because I understand many of our audience currently are candidates, but just to give you an overview of what is expected of you once you become a professional. CPD, of course, are mandatory. It's not optional, they are mandatory. According to Rule 2.4 of Code of Professional Conduct, a registered person shall regularly engage in continuing professional developments in the practice of architecture and to enhance and maintain his or her professional expertise and competence. So the CPDs are part of your compliance as a professional. You are required to always be in good standing with regards to this. What normally happens is professionals will pay their annual fees. Once they pay their annual fees, they then assume they are in good standing and not be compliant with CPDs. So that is something that you must always be aware of, that you can pay your annual fees. But if you are not compliant with CPDs, that is going to affect your privacy certificate and your standing, your registration status as a professional. Okay, the continuing, the CPDs, as I said, I won't go deep into them, but as indicated, the who must undertake the CPDs, it is someone who is registered as a professional. It's not for candidates. CPDs are not for candidates, are mainly for professionals. And they have categories. We've got up to 3 categories. And also within a category, you have subcategories within that, within the categories. For example, one that is mandatory, in category 1, you are required to obtain 5 units within the period of 5 years. 5 units within the period of 5 years, and the category unit is mandatory. These are attending of webinars which are facilitated by voluntary associations, which are organizations that are working with SECAP to help facilitate these educational activities to help also accredit the CPDs and grant CPDs. Then you've got category 2 there, which is work-based activities. These are your day-to-day work that you do. The day-to-day work qualifies you to submit or claim points under category 2. And then you've got category 3, which is individual activities. This is the reading, the magazines that you read, architectural magazines that you read. If you are the member of a voluntary association, you can then claim units in that category. All right, that is more on my presentation as on the registration route. Just to recap, first time registration, you register as a candidate or an apprentice. You go through the process of monthly training records, which is 36 months for apprentice and candidate architectural draft person, and then for candidate architectural technologist to candidate architects is 24 months. Once you write, you submit your monthly training records, you are found compliant, you write the exam. After writing the exam and passing the exam, you then become a professional. You've got your certificate. It means once you become a professional, you no longer need a mentorship in that regard. You can now practice architecture independently. And of course, once you become a professional, it means you have your lifetime responsibility for as long as you are an active practitioner to comply with CPD units. Colleagues, thank you so much for this opportunity. I will now hand over to my colleague Ricky, who is going to take us further on PPE and further on multi-training records and other related aspect of his presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mr. Murli from the South African Council of Architecture. I'll go through the submission of multi-training course as well as the PPE exam, what is required. Just to give you a bit of background in terms of game, who is SACAP? SACAP is a regulatory authority for the architecture profession, established under the Architecture Professional Act 44 of 2000. The Act provides for an establishment of a juristic person to be known as SACAP, the registration of a professional, candidates, and specified categories in the architecture profession, the regulation of the relationship between SACAP and CPE, and we also do the validation of architectural learning sites. In terms of the power of the council may, subject to the Act, consider and decide any application for registration, describe the period of validity for the registration, keep a register of registered persons, and decide on the certificate and the register to be kept, maintenance of the register, issuing of certificates, and the reviewing of the register as well as the certificates. In terms of the Act, in terms of the Architectural Professional Act, Act 44 2000, all architectural practitioners must be registered with SACAP. In terms of the registration process, or what a candidate is required to go through until become professionals. Firstly, register as a candidate, undergo a structured practical mentorship experience, write and pass the professional practice exams, upgrade to a registered professional. In terms of the different categories, I think my colleague here covered that, so I'm not going to go through that process. In terms of apprenticeship as well, he's covered that process. In terms of multi-training course, in order to access your multi-training course, you go to the SACAP website, which is www.sacapsa.com. You click on your RP login. You got currently, or you go onto the MTR tab, and you'll be able to access your MTR. When you go onto your RP login, you find that the MTR option on your profile is currently still under development. If you need to upload immediately, you go to the second platform, which is called mtrlogbook.sacapsa.com. Just to give you an idea what I'm referring to. Trying to look for the profile. When you go to your profile, you're going to find that you go onto MTR on your profile. This is what you will find on the screen, and you see information is still coming because the MTR profile on your RP login is currently not yet active. In order to access it, like I said previously, you go into mtrlogbook.sacapsa.com. You will then be able to get access to this profile process here. This is what you will see on the screen, and this is where you will be required to upload all the multi-training units. And as Abungile outlined, there are 4 categories. The first category is project and office management. you will have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. We then have these particular outcomes that needs to be achieved. In these week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, you will enter value units. I'm going to describe to you later on as we go through how you calculate value units. You do not enter hours of work, you enter value units. In layman terms, it will indicate that 8 hours of work is equivalent to 1 unit. 4 hours of work, 0.5 unit. 2 hours of work, 0.25 unit. That's what you enter here. The second mistake that most candidates make is it's 0.5, 0.2, whatever the case may be, not 0.5. So you usually use the point system. Once you have uploaded the required units as outlined, like I said, let's go back in. Project and office management, your first category. Second one is design and design documentation. Third one is construction document. Fourth one is contract administration. And the last one is education session. So any workshops, any session that you enter, that you attend, you can upload it here on the education session. Once you have uploaded all your required units, you will then ensure under status it says submit at the bottom here. Ensure that it says submit. Once that is indicated submit, you then click on save. Please do not log out immediately. Wait for a few minutes, allow the system to update your profile, your mentor's profile, and the SACAP server. Once that is done, about say 10-15 minutes, right? Sorry, like 10-15 seconds, then you click on save. Once that is done, you can then go on to the previous month. For example, this case here, these are the months. You then click on whichever month you want to update. This must be done on a monthly basis. Candidates are required to upload the MTR on a monthly basis. If you have not uploaded for a particular month, candidates are not allowed to backdate. So you got till the 14th of the next month to update your monthly training records from your previous month. For example, we are on today is the 30th of September. You got till the 14th of October to update or upload MTRs for September. After the 14th, you're not allowed to update. If you haven't updated, you cannot go back, and thus I'm not allowed to backdate. I'll go back to my presentation, stop sharing here. I said, in order to access your MTR, go to www.sacapsa.com. You click on RP login. You click on MTR tab, you'll be able to access your MTR. At the current moment, it is not yet active, it's still being developed. In order to access it immediately, you go to mtrlogbook.sacapsa.com. That's where you'll be able to, the shortcut key, to be able to access your MTR. The duration for the practical training, the candidate architectural draftsmen are required to upload 36 monthly training records and obtain a minimum of 400 value units. The candidate architectural technologists, candidate senior architectural technologists, and candidate architect are required to upload 24 monthly training records from the date of registration and obtain a minimum of 400 value units. The benefits of this practical training complements academic education by adding knowledge and experience that can only be obtained in practice. Must take place under supervision of a person registered with SACAP as a professional in a professional registration that can be equal to or above that of the candidate. Should place responsibility on the candidate to ensure that he or she is able to apply academic knowledge and make an exclusive professional decision. As outlined, I showed you there are 4 main categories: project and office management, design and design documentation, construction documents, and contract administration. The first one is optional, is education session. This is how you calculate your units. 8 hours of work is equivalent to 1 value unit. 4 hours of work, 0.5 value unit. 2 hours of work, 0.25 value units. That's what you upload on your MTR system, not hours of work. In the new system that will be available, you will not be allowed to upload hours. The system will not allow you to upload hours. So please understand how the units are calculated and upload unit value units. In terms of the MTR, if you are a candidate architect and the project and office management, you are required to obtain a minimum of 80 units, design and design documentation 40 units, construction documents 120 units, contract administration 80 units. That gives you a total of 320 units. As outlined, you need to get a minimum of 400 units. The remaining 30 units, remaining 80 units, you can obtain additional units in any of the above category to obtain a minimum of 400 units. Once you have reached that, you then will be required to write the professional practice exams. I'm going to go back again. You're required, for example, candidate architect, project and office management, 80. Design and design documentation, 40. Construction document, 120. Contract administration, 80. Gives you a total of 320. Your minimum requirement is 400. The remaining 80 units, you can obtain additional units in any of the above category. In order to qualify to write the PPE exams, you're required to have uploaded 36 or 24 monthly trade records. You're required to have a minimum of 400 value units. You're required to have 0 credit shortfall in order to qualify to write the PPE exams. Writing and passing the PPE exam is a prerequisite to upgrade to a professional registration category. The PPE exam can be written once the requirements for an internship have been met. The submission of monthly trade record must be up to date in order to qualify to write. The examination is written on a predetermined date twice per annum. Currently, the exams are written in May every year and October every year. All details pertaining to each of these exams can be found on the SACEP website. It consists of 2 papers. Candidate accreditation draftmen are only required to write paper 1. The minimum pass rate for each paper is 50%. Candidates must write the PPE and upgrade within a 4 years from the date of registration of candidate. I was going to go show you one more thing. When you are applying for the PPE exams, let's stop sharing here. When you apply for the PPE exams, you're going to apply for the PPE exams and come across on your professional login details. This is what you see. You'll go to exams. That's how you apply for the PPE exams. You click on professional practice examination application. You will see the information outlined on the front page, which will be the dates and information required or the requirements for the PPE exams and the important dates in terms of the deadlines. Please, I urge all candidates to review these important dates that are stipulated there, so there is no misunderstanding and do not miss the required deadline. Thereafter, once you have gone through that, you will then review the special conditions. Once you're happy and you've read through all the terms and conditions, you close that, you activate, you click on proceed. You are required to go through 4 stages. Update your detail, preliminary application, pay online, and admin review. When you go through these stages and you find that these stages have got a cross implies that there are information missing on this particular stage. That's the reason why you're unable to proceed to the next stage. Once you complete each one and there's got a green tick here, means that you have successfully completed all information required in each stage. Once you have made the necessary payments on the online stage, pay online, you have now successfully completed the preliminary application fee. Once that is done, you will then reach the admin review stage. Once you've reached the admin review stage, it implies that your application will then be reviewed to see whether you meet the minimum requirements for the PPE. Once that is done, you would then an invoice will be requested from the accounts department, and that will be loaded onto your profile. Please note that that PPE invoice, which is the final PPE invoice, will not be loaded here. It will be loaded onto your profile. What I mean by that is when you go to your dashboard here, take some time to load in. 1 second. Click on view my details. Go to finance. View in customer zone. Click on invoices. This is where you would be able to view your invoices. This is where you will obtain your invoices. Once you have got to the necessary invoices, you can either pay now or you can pay using the bank details that appears on the invoice. I'm going to stop sharing now. Also note to all the candidates, once you have or you want to write the PP exams, all information pertaining to any PP exams, whether it's a May PP exams or October PP exams, all information can be found on the SACIP website. Please visit the SACIP website. For example, applications for May next year will open in January. Candidates are urged to visit the SACIP website to see and review all important dates pertaining to the May exams. The October exams, which is again every year, information is uploaded or applications are open in June, July. Please visit the SACIP website so that you apply on time and you do not miss the deadline. Let's go to my presentation to see if there's anything else. Just 1 second. Thank you. I'm going to hand over to Lorraine to discuss with finance and how and where you would necessarily find your payments and how we can make the necessary payments towards the PPE exams. Thank you. I'll stop sharing.
Okay, we will wait as they assist Lorraine to start with her presentation. After Lorraine's presentations, we will go straight to the question and answer session. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Morning, colleagues, and very good morning to all the participants. I'm going to take you through the payment section, where you have to make a payment for your PPE, all the invoices actually that you will have to pay for on the website. So you have got a choice. It's either you can make a payment on the online website, or you can pay through your, your banking app.
Or you can email it to me.
All right, so based on that, where you have to find your invoices. So you just have to forgive me on that one. So you have to go to, you log in into your profile. You have to log in into your profile, and then thereafter, you have to go to where it says financials. Then you're gonna scroll down. Gonna scroll down just when you're about to reach the end of the document, then you're gonna say view in customer zone. And then you're gonna select invoices. And then you're gonna select whether you wanna pay or you wanna view it. So if you view it, you will see it'll read invoice copy. If you don't wish to take that one and pay with that one, you can write us an email at payments@saycapsa.com, or you can just give us a ring. We will assist with giving you the proper invoice from our financials. And thereafter, the main issue here is with your references, the reference that you guys use when you're making payment, especially with the guys who are making payment through their apps. Kindly refrain from using your previous invoices as reference numbers, because with the system that we're currently using, it allows us to match your payment against the current invoice. So if you have used the previous reference, then we will link it to the previous invoice. Then the current invoice will remain open. Hence, you will see now they will say you haven't made a payment for your PPE. Whereas you have a proof of payment, you did actually make that payment. So you must just take note of that when you are making payment. You must just make sure that you do not use the references that they are previous or the ones that you just take from there. Okay, and the other one, the ones who require the companies to pay on their behalf, we will request you guys to upload a company's letter. So that is only applicable when the company will be paying on your behalf. So when you go to pay online, there's a tab where you have to select, and this one you have to pay online directly. Then there is where you have to select that you opt to select it under the pro forma. Where is it? So there you have to make sure that you attach your company's let's just check the pay online here. Okay, I'm not there yet. And it has to be the company's letter. We do not make pro formas for individuals. If you are an individual, you are asked to make a payment directly from the system. So when you're on the pay online, then you're gonna opt for the pro forma. Then you're gonna click where it says you require an invoice before the payment can be made. Thereafter, you have to click or tick to acknowledge the terms and conditions, or else it won't allow you to proceed on this stage. And thereafter, it will give you this tab where you have to attach the company's letter that is signed, dated as well, with the company's logo. Then once you have uploaded it, then you have to say proceed so that it can be updated on our site. Then it will send an email to us to say that you have requested for a pro forma. Then we'll action that pro forma. We'll send it to you via an email. So this is how a pro forma will look like. And this mainly applies to, we're currently having it under the upgrade, we're having it under PPE, and then we also having it under the initial registration. So this is the tab where you will have to access your invoice, of which I did elaborate just beforehand. And the other thing is that when you guys have made a payment for the 390, our system, it will always show you to pay again. Please do not make a payment again or twice if you have received a notification in your bank that you have effected that payment. So if you're not sure, you can just click on this tab here. That says payment history. So it will show the payment history, the payments that you have already made. If it is successful, it will say yes. If it's not successful, it will say no. Because if you make that payment again, especially with the PPE preliminary, then we will take that amount. If you haven't made a payment towards your annual fees, we will take that amount, we will allocate it against your annual fees. And then when you see our invoices, this is how our invoices from the system looks like. It says an invoice copy here. On the yellow shaded one, it says document number. The document number will refer to the invoice number. So that's the reference number that you will use when you are making payment for your invoice, for annual fees, or for your PPE exam fee as well. So you just take this reference number, then you input it as a reference. And the other issue with the payment is that we are having SACAP as a public recipient. So when we are making a payment, either using FNB, Standard Bank, Net Bank, it has got it distinguishes them in how they appear as a public recipient. And with ABSA, I'll touch based on ABSA and NetBank because most of the RPs, they encounter so much challenges when it comes to NetBank and ABSA. Okay, with NetBank, we have realized that you might be searching for SACAP and not putting those full stops in between. You put an S, a dot, A dot, C dot, A dot, P. Because if you put SACAP, then it will pick up the SACAP that is for the psychology. So you will be paying towards the psychology. The payment will not be coming through to us with the NetBank one. So you must just make sure that it says S.A.C.A.P. Let me look for the ABSA one. Okay, with the ABSA one, okay, the SA Council, it is only the SA Council that appears on ABSA, that's fine. But then when it says the bill on number 5, when it says the bill account number, you capture that bill account number as your reference number, of which is your invoice number, not the SACAP account number. So most of the RPs will capture the SACAP account number and they'll be like, it doesn't want to effect the payment. It only allows 9 digits. So you must make sure that you capture only 9 digits and with the correct reference number as well. Okay, and that will be all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, colleagues. Thank you for the presentations. As indicated earlier by Mr. Hlajwayo, we hope you have written your questions down pertaining to registration, MTR, and obviously finance. At this point in time, we'll start taking questions. If you have any questions, please raise up your hand and then we'll take it from there. So currently I see Mr. Brent, I see Mr. Stephanie, I see Newo, then I see Kweka. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly. So we will follow in that order. So we will start with Stephanie, Newo, Kweta, Jonathan, and Lefera. Can we please ask questions in that order, please? Stephanie?
Hi, I'm registered as a candidate senior architectural technologist, but I have a master's degree. When I write the PPE, will I write under CSAT and then can I upgrade to professional architect from there?
Are you able to answer that, Ricky?
No problem. All candidates are required to write one. There is no separate papers for each category. So if you are a technologist, senior technologist, or candidate architect, all candidates write the same paper. Once you have written the paper, once you have written the PPE and you have passed, and you apply for an upgrade, you are requested then to upload two things. The first thing is proof of your results that you passed the PPE. Second is your last qualification, which in this case here will be a master's qualification. That will then allow you to upgrade straight to a professional architect.
Okay, great.
Answer
Thank
your
you
question.
so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ricky. We will follow with Newo, then Kwenga. I'm sorry if I did not pronounce your surname correctly. Newo?
Thank you very much, Chair. With regards to MTR logbooks, in instances where when you go back, it's written 00, where you filled up those months. How much of a guarantee do we have that it's recorded? Our hours that we've put in there. Thanks.
Okay. Firstly, we still referring to hours, and I thought I was clear that we only upload value units. Please note, we only upload value units, and I've given you a breakdown of how we calculate. The platform utilized is secure. It is linked to the final one that's attached. Information uploaded there will not be deleted, removed. Right? It's still valid. And as you upload, it will update your profile. So you will not lose anything. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mutli. The next question is from Stephanie.
Hi, you've answered my question. Thank you.
Oh, okay, then we'll move to Jonathan. You can ask Jonathan.
Good day. Thank you very much. What I would like to know is my mentor is a senior architectural technologist. I'm currently an architectural candidate for jobsperson.
Yeah.
What I would like to know is from there, how will I be able to upgrade, let's say, to a technologist or a senior technologist? What's the steps that I need to take after I've done my PP exam for the candidacy for jobsperson? What do I have to do after that? If I am qualified and I received my qualification for a professional jobsperson.
Okay. As outlined, as a candidate architecture draftsman, you are required to submit 36 monthly training reports, obtain a minimum of 400 value units, as well as obtain 0 credit shortfall. Once you have done that and you've written your PP exams, you then apply for an upgrade to a professional architectural draftsman. Once you have obtained your proof of registration as a professional architectural draftsman, you are required to serve a minimum of 3 years under that category. Thereafter, you can apply. Okay, let's go one step back. As a professional architectural draftsman, there's only 2 ways a professional can be upgraded to a next category. Right? One is through a formal qualification. If the person does not have a formal qualification, they can apply for an RPL process, which requires them to be listed under the particular category for a minimum of 3 years. Thereafter, apply for an RPL process, where they are required to submit a portfolio of evidence, which will then be evaluated by panel members, and the outcome will then be given. Based on that, that professional architecture draftsman will be upgrade to a professional architectural technologist. Those are only two ways that a person can upgrade from one category to the next.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Just to add to that, sorry, Brenda, just to add to that, if John's is looking for more information pertaining to the RPL and the requirements of the process, it's available on the SACEC website.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you very much, Ricky.
You are muted, Brenda. Brenda, you are muted.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. So we'll move to Lefera.
Okay, good day. Can you hear
Good
me?
day, sir. You can ask your questions. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Actually, I have two questions. The first one, I would like to know if is it possible to write or partake examinations on the following year, should I fail to register on the designated dates or time of this year? And then the second one is again, is it possible to change a company or a mentor? Yes, yeah. Those are my two questions.
In terms of the mentor, a candidate can change the mentor at any given time, provided the process are followed, which is candidate is required to complete an undertaking by mentor form and submit that to the registration department to update the candidate's profile and link that profile to the new mentor. Right, that's the first thing. Second thing pertaining to the exams, all candidates are given from the date of registration 4 years to upgrade from a candidate to a professional. Within the 4-year period, you're required to obtain your required requirements for the PP exams, write the PP exams, and upgrade. Like I outlined, for example, a apprentice and a draftsman, they're required to submit 36 multi-training reports and obtain 400 value units and 0 credit short fall. All other categories, they are required to upload 24 multi-training reports and obtain 400 value units and 0 credit short fall. That all candidates have got 4 years to do so, and be able to write the board exam within that 4-year period and upgrade within that 4-year period.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We will now move to Charles. You can ask the question, Mr. Charles.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Thank you very much for the presentation. I'm currently registered as a candidate architectural technologist and was hoping to write the PPE in October. I see on my profile it had the green ticks, which means I was only waiting for the admin review, but I checked today, it's showing the red marks. And my account is showing minus 390, of which I think is the second 390 that you said we mustn't pay it. Would you be able to assist me so that I can understand what I need to do so that this can be corrected, or should I wait to write until next year, or what happens? Because this year was my 4th year.
Okay, candidates can if it's got it initially had a green tick and now got a red tick, means that it was declined, right?
Okay.
Was rejected rather. Now,
Okay.
for 2 reasons. One could be that if you did not meet the requirements, obviously be rejected, or if initial payment was not made, right? So in the case where a candidate have exceeded the 4 years, and like in your case, right, and has not yet retained the PP exams and not yet upgraded, the policy dictates that the candidate needs to immediately write the next following exams. That's your last option, right, which is next year May. Applications open in January. Failing to write or failing to register the May exam next year, indicates that SACEC will be required to deregister you from the process means that you will be going to re-register and resubmit MTRs from scratch. All MTRs uploaded to date will be forfeited and be required to re-register and resubmit. So my advice to you, applications for May next year opens in January. Information will be found on the second website. Please review the information and apply for that particular exams and ensure that you made aware of all the required closing dates and requirements as outlined. You can verify whether you qualify for the exams early so that you can follow the process early.
Oh, okay. The registration letter I got, stated that, I did not need to submit any MTR records. Automatically, I should just register for the PPE. So that's why I think probably did what I did. I've paid all the invoices, so I'm not sure why it was rejected. Yes, it's fine. I can write next year if they allow me, because all I need is I don't need to be deregistered. Or will I be deregistered, or what happens?
Yeah, no, it's fine. If you got the confirmation letter that outlines that you are exempted from the submission of monthly training course, my advice to you is register for the PPE exams next year. As an application open in January, so that you can apply early and review all information and receive all information early, so you can prepare adequately for the May exams.
Sure, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We will move to our next question. The next question is from Frank. Over to you, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. My question is, I'm actually mentoring some candidates, and I wanted to check with you with regards to the changes. If we are to submit to the MTRs on a monthly basis, do I need to approve them within a month, or I can do that at any given time, as and when I have the chance to do so? And secondly, I also wanted to check in terms of the CPD points. Well, the CPD points that I'm allocated for mentoring the candidates. Do those ones come automatically onto my profile, or I need to upload them myself? Just like we do with the CPD points that SACEP runs, they are automatically uploaded. You don't necessarily need to upload them yourself. Is this the case with the mentoring of candidates? Thank you.
I think I will handle the MTR, and I would like to urge Charles to please put his mic off because there's interference, right? With the MTRs, firstly, it's MTRs, meaning it's monthly training records, should be uploaded on a monthly basis and signed off on a monthly basis. Now, if candidates and mentors are not do not do this on a monthly basis, they're gonna find themselves in a challenge, because with the new system that's being developed, you'll find that the candidate and the mentor will not be allowed to go back and upload that information as said, as well as sign off that information. So I encourage all candidates and mentors to ensure that this is done on a monthly basis. Secondly, is that we allow until this 2 weeks into the new month for this process to be done. So adequate time is given both to the mentor as well as to the candidate to ensure this process is done promptly. In terms of CPD, I won't get over with the system yet.
Yeah, hi Frank. With regards to CPDs, the system allows you, when you submit the CPD or claim CPDs, it allows you to choose the category in which you are claiming CPD points. So you just need to be aware what category is mentoring falling under, which is category 2. And then you select that, and then you select the subcategory, which is going to be for mentoring. And yeah, so that's what it's not automatically allocated, as we cannot assume that you are actively mentoring someone. But if you claim that, then it will be allocated accordingly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Abongile. Before we move to the next question, I'm looking at the question and answer session. I would encourage our colleagues to please check the questions. Where you are able to answer, please respond. Where we are not, we will respond after the webinar. But please check the questions and please let's respond to the questions. Thank you so much. Note, we will move to Kensani. Over to you, Kensani.
Sani?
Kensani?
Colleagues, can Lefera mute himself, please? Lefera Chabang.
Sorry, come again?
Kensani,
Can you hear me?
Your mic
yes,
is
I can
on,
see you on mute.
Lefera.
Yes, you can ask a question.
Okay. I wanted to say with the MTR submission page, when you go there, and when I have to allocate the points, some of the activities that are listed there, I just feel like they're not listed properly. For example, there's one saying power station firehouse design concept. That doesn't make sense.
Okay. If you're looking at, Kinsani, thank you for that firstly. If you're looking at
Okay.
powerhouse station, that is an incorrect activity. Please ignore that activity. Right? Everything else is valid except for that particular activity. That's the only activity that is not valid to a particular candidate. Please ignore that activity. Everything else is valid.
Okay. Yeah, the house design part makes sense. Just the power station part just doesn't make sense.
No, please ignore that activity.
All right.
Yeah. And I urge guys that have completed asking questions to please lower your hand so that obviously we can keep track of individuals that and mute themselves so that we do not interfere with the communication and the response given to the other candidates. Brenda, can you continue?
Okay, thank you so much. I see Frank, I'm not sure that is an old hand or you've got another question.
It's an old one.
Oh, okay. Okay, then we'll move on then. The next participant is Ritedi Sitswe Mukwena. Over to you, sir.
Hello, how are you?
We're good, and how you say? You can please go ahead and ask your question. Thank you.
Very good. I just wanted to ask the question around MTR recording as zero, even after submission. So I just wanted to get clarity. What proof can we access to know that it was recorded, other than just assuming it was recorded, even though it still says zero?
Okay, once you upload your MTR onto the MTR system, all candidates have an access to the summary report. The summary report will detail all the information.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
There's too much of a noise coming from your background. I'm not sure why.
I just need to. Yes, sorry, I'm just saying, you said there's a summary report?
I'm saying I got your question. There's quite a lot of noise that's coming, which obviously making it a bit of a challenge to respond.
I apologize.
But nevertheless, with that being said, as I outlined that all candidates have an option. Once you click on save, and once you've uploaded all the required value units, you click on save. Candidates can then access the complete summary of whatever they have uploaded on the summary record. That means on the top where you click on MTR, there is an option next to it called report. You click on report, you drop down the menu, click on active summary report that will give a detailed breakdown of all the activities that you've uploaded for all the various different categories and the amount of units you have achieved to date.
Are you clear with that, sir? Can we move to another question?
Yeah, if we have answered the question, put your kindly put the hand down, and then we can move on to the next person.
Okay then. Thank you so much. Then we will move.
It got printed in the office, my brother. So we want what color? Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Then we will move to Twenga. I'm sorry if I pronounced the name incorrectly, but it's Twenga. I will allow you to talk. Over to you, sir. Twenga Mpondo. Okay. Are you there?
Brent has had his hand up for quite some time.
Okay. The next one is Martin. Martin?
Hi, morning all. I just have a question. I'm currently busy with a
Martin, you are muted.
Hi, sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, morning all. Yeah, just my question is, I'm currently busy with a higher certificate in architectural technology. I have finished all subjects. However, the outstanding part is the work portion, which I haven't gotten to, so I'm going to re-register for that. But my question is, should I complete this higher certificate? And currently, I also have a national diploma in civil engineering, and I've been working for the past 10 years. Is it possible that I can register as an architectural technologist?
Hi, Martin. Just kindly go again on your question. What qualification do you have?
A national diploma in civil engineering.
Okay.
And I'm busy doing the the higher certificate in architectural technology. So my question is, with that, would it be possible for me to register as an architectural technologist?
Okay, Martin, no, it will not be possible. You will be registered as an apprentice and not as a technologist, mainly because that qualification, so the registration, the qualifications must be from a SACAP accredited or recognized learning institute, and it must be in architecture. So in your case, the certificate is not from a SACAP Learning Institute, and of course your qualification is in civil engineering. So in this case, you will be registered as an apprentice, but upgrade after, of course, being compliant with MTRs and writing the exam, upgraded to become a professional architectural draft person.
Okay, okay. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you, Martin.
Thank you very much, sir. Then we'll move to Fazima. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. So I have a couple of
sorry.
questions. That's fine. I am an candidate architectural technologist, and this year, before we found out that we don't need CPD points, I attended a CPD event and I got a CPD certificate. So I have CPD points, and my question is, will that be able to carry over when I need it, when I'm a registered professional, or does it just not count because I've done it as a candidate?
Yeah, hi, Fazin. No, it will not count because you need to have, unfortunately, you need to have attended a course as a professional.
as a
Then
yeah,
that, yes,
okay.
yes. So yeah, so that those hours spent in that seminar or webinar, you can put them under the educational category there on the
Okay.
monthly training records.
Okay,
All right.
sure. Thank you. And then I still have a few more questions. This is a question from my colleague actually. She wants to know we both want to know, how does our mentor actually check and approve our MTRs? Because at the moment, our MTRs just say S in status. So how does that happen?
In terms of your mentor signing off, as a candidate, when you log in onto the MTR system, you go into January, February, March, and you then, whichever month, and you upload your value units, and then you will save. Similar process will happen with your mentor. Just like a candidate, he or she's got her own login details to access the MTR system. The mentor's got his own login details to access the MTR system. Under the MTR system, your detail will appear as a candidate. You will then go into the process, whichever month it is, January, February, whichever month you want to sign off. And for the same process that you would have followed when you uploaded to sign off. Now, in order for you to understand as a candidate whether your mentor has done everything correct and you as yourself, when you upload everything and you sign it off and you save everything, it'll show as means submitted. Once your mentor has properly, correctly signed off everything, that S now changed to a C means checked. That's how you would know that it has been updated correctly. From a mentor's point of view, when he's signing off, let's for example, January, that period that he signed up correctly would automatically disappear from his side. And as you do each month, and sign off each month, it should disappear. If it doesn't disappear, right, means he's done something incorrect. That's why it's not disappearing.
Okay, thank you so much. And then just on that, he hasn't checked our MTRs since we've started. So does that mean I know you said they have to be done every month, and I've been submitting them every month. But since my mentor hasn't checked them every month, what does that mean for me?
Like the outline, it's called a monthly training request for a reason. It should be uploaded on a monthly basis, signed off on a monthly basis. I urge you to please speak to your mentor and advise him that it's long overdue and please to sign off as soon as possible. Because once we move on to the new system, you're going to find yourself in a predicament whereby those MTR that are not signed off, you will not be able to go back and sign it off. And months that you have not uploaded, you will not be able to go back and upload either. So please ensure that those processes are followed so that you benefit from this hard work and all the effort that you put into this process.
Sure, thank you so much. Last question, I'm so sorry, I've taken up a lot of time, but so next year or the year after, I'll be studying for my honors and masters. In that period of time, the 2 years that I'm not submitting any MTRs, do we still have to pay keep up with the fees for SACAP? Are we still registered? So because we're not doing anything with SACAP, what is that?
The candidate has got two options. Option number one is to continue the registration by paying the annual fees and obviously the necessary process of uploading whatever information you can upload, right, onto the MTR system. The second option is to put that period on hold. When you return, you will then be liable not for the annual fees for each year that you missed, but a small penalty for each year that you missed, and then the annual fees for the year that you're entering, right? So those are the two options that you have.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I will now move to Mamali. Mamali?
Hello?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you. I just want to check. I applied to write the PPE now in October, and then I was checking on the application on the online the applications that I did go through all the stage 1, 1, 2, 3, and then also to pay all the invoice. But I was just checking now. I see I have all a red mark, a red cross, so I'm not sure what that means. Because last time I only wait one to stage three up until I pay all the invoice. I was only waiting for the admin review. So now rather than to see what happened after admin review, so now I have a 3 red cross for in all the stages. Just wanna understand that.
Okay. If you say you have applied, right, and you got a red cross and you went through all the process, you just need to just give me a call and we can verify whether all the necessary, you meet all the necessary requirements, and just to outline whether the necessary payments will be made, ensure that all processes are followed properly.
Okay, thank you very
Got it?
much. We will now move to, let me just see, Olebogeng.
Brenda,
Yes.
please also recognize Brent, that hand has been up for some time.
Hello? Can you guys hear me now?
Hi, Brent.
My microphone is on.
Yes, we can hear you, Brent.
Okay, I just want to find out. The previous lady that spoke, she said that like you guys said, we're not allowed to. We as candidates, we're not allowed to claim CPD points. I just wanted to know, part of the education, can we load that as the hours that we spent in that those training sessions?
Okay, just to add, Abongile has answered this question. And if you have done any CPD course as a candidate, you are required to upload that onto education session. You do not and cannot claim any CPD points. As I initially said, that you do not upload hours, you upload units. So you need to review the MTR policy and processes, determine what units, and upload those units on the education session as a candidate.
So the last question is so example, the course is 1 CPD point and the course has been like for 5 or say 8 hours. 8 hours equals to 1 unit, so then we load that 1 unit, or is it going to be calculated by how much the CPD point is?
Now, if you go onto the MTR system, there's a section there that deals with workshops and so forth. It will then guide you on how many units you are entitled to. For example, if I recall, it's 8 hours. It is 1 unit, right? So, but the correct unit attachment is available on the MTR guidelines there, on the MTR policy.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Mudley.
Thank you very much, sir. Our next candidate is Lungiswa. Lungiswa, over to you. Okay, I see Lungiswa has dropped the hand. I will move to Matthias. Matthias, over to you.
Okay.
Yes, Matthias. Matthias.
Hello?
To the people.
Can
We
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. I've been registered for so many years, I think since from 2013 to currently. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so when I see there's a lot of changes on your SACAP website. I'm no longer seeing the MTRs. So I don't know whether should I qualify for writing the PA professional examinations. Was
As
also
I outlined,
sorry.
have you finished asking your question?
Yeah, it's a question.
Okay. As I outlined in my presentation, the procedure that needs to be followed in accessing the MTR is to go into your profile, you go to MTR. Currently, that is still under development. If you are looking to access the MTR system, you go into mtrlogbook.secapsa.com. That's where you'll be able to access the MTR system.
Okay, all right, okay. Can you perhaps send us the link?
Yes,
Hello?
so yes,
It's
so
mtrlogbook.secapsa.com.
All right, okay. Thank you.
okay, thank you so much. We will now move to Tapelo.
Ragadi.
Good morning. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Do you have a question? I've been uploading my MTR log sheet, so my mentor hasn't gotten any details to actually log in. So I wanted to ask, how can he acquire those details?
Okay. Please note two things. The day that you registered, you completed a registration form, you completed an undertaking by mentorship form, which outlined who your mentor is. On the particular period when everything was approved, you receive two login details as a candidate. One is the SECAP login details, followed by your MTR login details. And due to the fact that you've outlined who your mentor is, he or she also received his own login details. He might have forgotten his login details, might have forgotten his password, that he needs to then request new login details, or his login needs to be reset. You can send me an email and I'll gladly reset it. When individuals say that they have not received it, in most cases, they are not aware of the fact that they need two separate login details, a separate login detail for the SECAP profile and a separate login detail for the MTR system. So he might have forgotten his login details. He would then need to request for his login details to be reset.
Okay, noted. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. We will now move to Luke.
Hi there.
Are you
Good
there,
morning.
Luke?
Yes, I'm here.
We can hear you, sir.
Great, thank you. Just a quick one. So I have a mentor at the moment who's working locally in Cape Town, and I have an opportunity to work remotely for a Namibian practice, whom I previously attempted to register under when I started my registration process. I would like to know what is the eligibility of working for capturing work experience done for let's call it an offshore practice, so a Namibian practice whom I do work for. Would that be eligible in any way, and what would be the best way about going about that? Would I have to have, I don't know, two mentors where the one captures different type of work that is done for a different practice? Or can my local mentor acknowledge the work that I've done for another practice?
Okay. A candidate can have any number of mentors you want to, right? You mustn't confuse two issues. A candidate has as many mentors you want to, but officially, the person that completes the undertaking form when you submit it, when you register SECAP, is your legal binding mentor. Now, the implication of that means that whatever work done, nationally or internationally, that is acceptable, your mentor needs to be aware of the work done, acknowledge the work done. By doing so, you're then able to sign off your MTRs. Internationally, please note that the mentor has no right, or not, in most cases, not aware of what the legislation might be. But that's why I'm using the word acknowledge and understand and be aware of the work done by you. Because he needs to supervise, his role is to supervise you, guide you, and ensure that you do everything in line with what SECAP requires.
Okay, that's good advice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Ricky. Our next representative is Michael. Over to you, Michael. Okay. Michael? Okay, I'll move
Yes,
to.
Mike.
Are you there, Michael? Okay. Then I will move to Petrus. Are you there, Petrus?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Over to you.
Okay, thank you. I just quickly have
You're not audible, Petrus.
We're
Petrus?
listening, Petrus.
I think we lost him.
Oh, okay. Then we will go to Jonathan. I'm not sure if Jonathan.
Hello.
Yes, yes, sir, we can hear you.
Hi, I just have a small question. It might be a confirmation of something that might have been asked. You mentioned that MTR points have to be captured every month before the 14th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, will that deny us access to edit or amend previous month's MTRs points if needs be?
If candidates, that's the reason why in my presentation, I advise candidates to please review the units uploaded. Once you're happy with that units, please ensure that the status says submit and then click on save. Thereafter, wait for a few minutes before you move on to the next one. You find that if you make an error for any particular month, for whatever reasons, wrong units uploaded and so forth, the system, it'll look like on a system that you have going back onto the system, it'll allow you to edit, it'll change 1 unit to 2 units or whatever the case may be, whatever error you might have made. It'll seem like you are saving. Tomorrow, when you go back onto the system, you'll see that you would not have done any changes. So I advise candidates to please ensure that you have reviewed your work properly, thoroughly before you click on the save button, because to rectify any mistake thereafter, it's a mammoth task because the system will not save new changes.
Okay, all right. So basically, in my particular case, I got my confirmation of registration on the 9th of September. And I've only started noting from the 16th of September, my everyday tasks. So do I have now until the 14th of October to submit September's MTR points? And then from there, I cannot go back.
Yes, your answer is correct.
Okay, all right,
That's the
thank you.
reason why I advise candidates to get into a procedure of waiting either the 24th, 26th, 27th, or after the 1st to upload, so that you have accumulated all your notes and all your activity that you've done for the entire month, and you're uploading the entire month in one go. Because candidates tend to make a fundamental error by uploading week 1, save, week 2, save, week 3, save. By doing that, you find that by the end of the month, when you go back, week 2 is missing, week 3 is missing, because the system will not allow you to continuously save each week. That's why there's an option that called hold. You upload week 1, you put in hold. You upload week 2, you put in hold. So when you're happy with everything, then at that point you click on save. Then it saves everything thereafter. But if you click putting week 1, save, week 2, save, you find that information uploaded after week 1 is not actually saved.
Okay, all right. So we should rather just work on a monthly basis and submit
Yes.
before the 14th of every single month.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
And then also to urge your mentor to sign off as well as soon as you have done, so that you know for the particular month it's done. There's nothing that's still outstanding.
Okay. If there might be a delay for whatever occurrence with regards to the points? What happens then?
If it's outside the 14 of the previous month, with the new system, you will not be allowed to go back and upload. That means if you, like example, we're in September now, and by the 14th of October, you haven't uploaded, on the 15th, you decide, okay, I'm ready, I can upload. The new system will not allow you to do that. That means you will not have accumulated anything for the month of September.
Okay, all right.
Thank you so much. We will now move to Basile. Basile.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, my question revolves around PPE preparation. So for that, I want to know if SACAP has got some links for certain materials that we can use to effectively prepare for the PPE.
SACAP does not provide materials in preparation for the PPE. For that purpose, SACAP has outlined two documents. One is the syllabus guideline and study guideline that outlines materials that's needed to be reviewed in preparation for the exams. The only thing that SACAP supplies in the interest of facilitating the SACAP PPE workshop is a PPE workshop material. That is in insistence to help candidates to prepare for that workshop or guide them to what the content covered in that workshop. In terms of overall preparation outlined on the syllabus guideline, assignment guideline, that material is also upon the candidates to ensure that they obtain those materials and they review the materials in preparation for the exams. For that purpose alone, you find that there are certain links, website links that are attached to the documents so that candidates can review or click on the link, download the documents and review those documents, or allow themselves to budget accordingly to purchase those necessary documents, necessary guides outlined on the syllabus guideline and the study material guideline.
So would you provide us with those links?
It's on the SACAP website under PPE. You'll find there's 3 documents there uploaded on that site. The first document is a general information guideline that dictates to you or guides you on the PPE requirements and what platform you utilize and how to access the platform, as well as what are the requirements for the PPE exams. The second document is the syllabus guideline, and the third document is the study material guideline. All those documents are available on the SACAP website under regulations, education, professional practice exams. Under that option there, you'll find those 3 documents I spoke. Now, you need to be cautious on 2 things. You need to make reference to the relevant documents. For example, if you are preparing for the October 2024 exams, you need to look for documents that are labeled October 2024, because that will talk to the exams that in question. If you make reference to the May 2024, which might have been outdated, and because any updates made to that documents is then properly labeled as October 2024 in preparation for the October 2024 exams.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ricky. We will now go to Tyler. Over to you, Tyler.
Hi, my question's regarding what you said earlier about putting your application on hold. So I'm currently an architectural or candidate architectural technologist, and I want to return to school at some point. So if I complete 2 work years now, and then I return to school and put my my application on hold, does that mean once I've graduated, I have another 2 years to complete my 24 months of training records, or will that 4 years have lapsed while I'm studying?
Yeah, my advice to an individual like yourself, if you have gone through 24 months, 2 years of work experience, and you have got or have uploaded 24 months of training records, please apply for the PP exams, write the PP exams. Once you've done that and you still want to go ahead and study, at that point, put your exams, put your registration on hold, go ahead and study, come back and utilize the same PP exams results together with your final qualification and upgrade to whatever category that is relevant to you based on your qualification. The reason for that is that find that uploading 24 months and you're meeting all the requirements, putting that on hold without writing the PP exams, when you come back, you find that the syllabus might have changed for the board exams, or you might be out of scope for the practical aspect of the PP exams, and that will disadvantage you. While you're in the process of completing the necessary 24 months or 36 months, whatever the case might be, write the board exams and get that over with. Put your registration on hold, go back and study, come back and then reactivate your account, and then apply for an upgrade and utilize your PP results together with your final academic qualification to upgrade to whatever relevant category that will be suitable for your qualification.
Okay, thank you so much. If for some reason I don't manage to get all the 24 months worth of training records, or I don't meet all the points within these 2 years of working, is there an option to continue, pick up where I left off when I go back to varsity, or will I need to start the application over again?
Once you put it on hold, once you return again, those periods that you have served and uploaded will be valid. You would then be required to do the remaining months that is outstanding and remaining values that is outstanding in order to meet the minimum requirements.
Okay, perfect. So when you put your application on hold, those 4 years also pause.
What we look at is the period in which you were actually registered. Okay. Right? We can put you on hold, meaning that you were not registered officially. You were on hold. So the period in which you were actually registered and you contributed towards your annual fees will be calculated from there. And if it's the first 2 years, it means you got 2 more years thereafter when you return.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next participant is Solami.
I'm so glad. Yeah. We should have. I should actually.
Hello, can you hear me?
And said for any third.
Tyler, can you please mute yourself? Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
I'm with Solami now. Solami.
Yes. Hi. With regards to the MTR logbook, which login details do we use? I haven't got an email regarding the second login details.
When you register Solami, you will receive 2 login details. One is for your SECAP profile. The second one is for the MTR system itself. So please go back. In most cases, if you go back and look for the date that you registered and the confirmation letter was received or sent to you, it's the same date they would have sent your login details for the MTR system.
Yes, I did look through my emails. I didn't find any secondary login details. I did send you an email though, in case it wasn't sent to me as a fault or something.
Okay. You would then look at that, and we would either create an MTR profile for you or reset your login details and send it back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next participant is Azande. Azande, yes, Azande. Over to you, Azande.
Can you hear me?
Definitely we
Yes.
can, yes.
I just wanted to know if it's possible if you say I was registered this year and I go back for my studies, and then within that period of me going back to my studies, I still have the position in my company and I'm working part-time. Is it possible to still record while you at school?
Okay. Candidates must fully understand 2 things. One is if your second registration is active, you can upload your value units for your MTRs. If you put your registration on hold, or you're suspended, or you've been deregistered, any MTRs or any experience recorded for that period is not valid. So MTRs are only valid for the period in which your registration is active.
Okay, that's it. Thanks.
Thank you so much. We will continue. Our next participant is Ndamu Lelo.
I think also the guys like Faith, Luke, and Hazel, please mute yourself because
Hi,
there's noise coming from.
Are you well?
Luke, Faith, and Basil, please mute yourself as there's noise coming from the background. Then I can mute them.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
So my question is, I wanted to ask if this webinar is still gonna be arranged and presented. Can you hear me clearly?
Can you please raise your voice, Ndamulelo? We can't hear you clearly.
Okay, I wanted to ask that, is this webinar gonna be organized again and then presented again? Because I caught it late and I missed a lot of things, and I'm a little bit concerned about that, because I'm also a registered candidate and there's a lot of things that I would like to ask as well. What I've picked up is that you say you talk about the logbook. I have the details to the logbook. I fill my monthly training records, but the mistake that I was doing is that I wasn't uploading every month, but I was filling my papers every month, but I just have to record it in the MET book, my monthly training record book online. So now I saw that you were, when I got in, I saw that you were talking about like you can go into this other interface of SACAP as a registered person, and then you check your statuses and some other things, but I didn't really get it. So my question was, is this gonna be organized again, this webinar?
Okay, just to answer that, based on this webinar, because you said that you have joined late, what will happen is the webinar will be uploaded on YouTube, which is We Are SACAP, and then we will be sharing the link with all the participants. We also post the presentations on the what you call it, on the library. But we also share it directly to our registered persons. So you will have access to this webinar since you have joined late. Thank you.
Oh, so I'll see the recording from beginning to end.
Correct, yes.
All right, thank you so much. And the other question is, since I haven't been uploading
300 or 500 or whatever.
And monthly training record.
You cut it down into 200 mil pieces.
Hello, Luke.
Okay. You make
Would you
and
please,
you give one for yourself and one to the architect. Yes. And you
Luke, can you please mute yourself?
And you say
Luke.
this is sample one.
Luke Masay.
I see.
Hello, Luke.
Oh. I have muted Mook, it's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm not sure if you want Ndamulula to repeat the question or.
I didn't get what you're saying.
Okay, so my question was, since I haven't been uploading month to month on the MET book, on the MET, let me just read, I don't want to say the wrong thing, monthly training record logbook, since I haven't been uploading month to month, but I have it on my papers recorded. When I record it, is there going to be a penalty for that, or is it going to result in a bad thing?
Okay, firstly, like I've been saying, it's referred to as MTR because it's a monthly training report. That's the only system that SACAP utilizes. Other form of written documentation designed by the candidates or by the company is not a valid document.
Okay.
So it is urged that candidates utilize and upload the information on the MTR system. If
Yes.
you have not done so, please, I urge you to upload it as soon as possible.
Yes.
Once we move on to the new system, you will not be given an opportunity to go and backdate that information. So
Okay.
I urge you to please update that information onto the MTR system as soon as possible.
Okay.
Before we move on to the new system.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. After Nhlamulo, I see Untando. I'm not sure if Untando was given a chance to ask questions. Ntando? Okay. So I think Kyle was also given. I will move to Kyle. Kyle, I'm not sure if Kyle was given a chance to ask questions. Kyle?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi there. Thanks for the presentation. I just have one question. I'm not sure it has been answered already, but with the MTRs, I've submitted all my monthly MTRs, but I just wanted to know, I wasn't aware that the mentor actually had to sign them off. Can the mentor backdate the submitted MTRs?
At this current stage, we will allow the mentor to go ahead and sign it off. And we urge all candidates to please review the document that was issued to you when you registered, which is called the confirmation letter. On the confirmation letter, there are 4 things outlined on that letter. The first thing is your SECA registration number. The second thing is the 4 documents that you were requested to download and review. The third thing would be number of monthly training records, number of monthly training course that you're required to upload, which is 36 to 24. The fourth thing is the duration that you are required to do so. So I urge all candidates to please review the confirmation letter that was issued by the registration department when you registered.
Okay, so they can do that now just before the old system comes in. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. On my list, I have Simon. Simon. I have Simon. I've unmuted Simon.
Hello. Sorry, it's Simone.
Simone, okay.
Can you
thank
guys
you.
hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Thank you again for your webinar. I think it was very useful. I'm also not sure if the question has been answered yet, but I think Mr. Moodley did kind of say it earlier. Just regarding, I've been registered since June 2024, and obviously the MTR system hasn't been up to date, so I just need to backdate basically all the hours I have worked since registration, and just checking if that is all fine.
Okay, for the process, I must repeat myself, the process is the candidates are not allowed. But due to the fact that we have not yet officially moved to the new system, please go and update your profile.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moodley. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. The next candidate is Katleho. Let me just unmute Katleho. Katleho, you unmuted. Please go ahead.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Simone just asked the same question I wanted to ask actually about our profiles and if CETA actually approved it, but it's got answered. So I just wanted to know when would be the time because we still have to it's even now updated from the time that the profile would be available. Like from, let's say now our profiles would be updated this month. Are we now supposed to take our MTR times and our hours for the next month?
You are required to upload the MTRs from the period that you started. As outlined, you will be given opportunity to do so after the new system is in place.
But you stated to us that you guys would actually update it on our behalf. I think I asked this the last meeting that we had.
SECA would not upload your MTRs. You are required to upload your MTRs. The candidates are required to upload the MTRs, and can will be given until the new system is opportunity to do so.
Okay.
Okay, thank
So
you
you
very much. Okay, Katleho, yes.
So I just want to make sure. So are you saying that we were supposed to actually take our hours for all the months that we've had? And then when it is available, we still backtrack once that we started.
And Basil and the other guys, please mute themselves. Katlego, can you advise other guys to mute themselves? That's what's causing the echo.
We don't have the option to unmute on our side. Hello?
Mr. Makole, Brenda, can you
Yes.
kindly
Yeah, it's
mute
fine. Let me just unmute Katlego.
We've been trying.
Katlego.
I've been trying to.
Katlego, you've been muted.
Okay, I'll ask from this side.
Okay, I'm not sure now because I have muted Katlego.
Is it better?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Is Katlego and Makole together?
Is it better? Can you guys hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
Yes, I wanted to ask, based on the fact that you said that because we started in June, well, May, sorry, we started our program in May. So you're saying that when our profiles are updated.
Can we take Katleko's and Steele's queries offline?
Hello?
They have, but can we take your query offline? Because I see we have some challenge with the signal, and we can address it, Brenda.
Sorry, I was unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm
we
saying,
can hear you now.
Katleko, we can take your queries and Steele's queries offline. Considering there's a challenge with the signal, we'll take it offline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then. I have here Ndamulelo.
Again.
Your hand is still up, right?
Ndamulelo. Yes, Ndamulelo. Ndamulelo.
I have a question. I'm answered. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Ndamulelo.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm answered. I don't have any question currently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think from what I can see here, I don't have any. Maybe Michael.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thanks. My question is that in October this year, I'll be registered as a candidate draftsperson for 4 calendar years. Taking that into account, will I still be able to apply for my PPE exam next year, May or October?
Okay. The policy dictates that you got 4 years to upgrade from a candidate to professional. If a candidate has not done so within a 4-year period, is then given an opportunity to write the next PPE immediately after the 4 years. In your case, in May next year. And you'll be given an opportunity to write the May next year for PPE. Failing to do so, the October one is not available to you. So the policy dictates that you be given an opportunity to write the May PPE next year. Application will open in January, you can apply in January.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. It looks like everybody has been responded. What I'll do is I will just lower all attendees' hands. If you've got a question, can you please raise your hand? Okay. So I've got Faith.
Jonathan.
Faith.
Hi, Brenda.
Yes, Faith.
Good day.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I just want to ask, what happens to the candidate who registered for the past 10 years? But in the process, maybe you just started to submit within the period of 2 years. What happened to that person?
All candidates who have exceeded the 4-year period have been sent an email. Please read through the email that was sent to you outlining the necessary steps you need to follow in order to rectify the situation. As outlined, all candidates are required to upgrade from a candidate profession within a 4-year period. Failing to do so, there is specific outcomes that need to be achieved. And for candidates who have exceeded the 4-year period, emails have been sent to them outlining the way forward.
Okay. Okay, the last question here. I think maybe 2 years back, I heard somebody telling me about they did wrote the PPE without submitting anything because they were on a waiting period for such a long period.
Okay, there's no such thing. There is multiple processes in place. One of the processes that you can apply for is called the waiving process.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I see Tapelo.
Okay, thank you. I have a question about the new system that will be up and running. I just want to know the period when it will be the timeline.
You will be notified once the system is up and running. Right now, the system that is active is the mtrlogbook.secapsa.com. That's where you need to upload your multi-training records until such time. Once the new system is up and running, all candidates will be notified.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you so much. I see now Retsedi Sitswe. Retsedi Sitswe.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. I think the previous person did ask the question. I just wanted to also add to it. Will the new system have a new interface that we need to relearn, or will it carry on being similar to this one?
The system will be the same as this one, the same outcomes, the same activities. The system will be the same in terms of the 4 different categories, the other 5 categories. Can you hear me?
Retsedi Sitswe, can you hear us?
No, okay, all right, no problem. Thank you. Yes, I did. Yes, I did hear that. I did hear that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Colleagues, from my side, I don't see any other questions. I can see there are hands up, but I'm not sure if they are new hands. So what I'll do is I will lower all attendees' hands. And then if you've got a questions, please raise your hand.
Jonathan, Christina, Christian, and Natando.
Okay, so I see Ntando. So Ntando, you can go ahead. Ntando.
I think Ntando is having problems, Mike.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Ntando.
Hi. It's a different speaker. I was asked if I could be unmuted.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. This question is actually for my mentor. If you could just please hold a second.
Good day, everyone. My name is Salvan. I'm in fact Jonathan's mentor. Just for clarity's sake, and for my understanding as well, is once he is uploaded.
You're muted, Jonathan. You muted yourself.
Jonathan, you are muted.
Hello. Can you hear us now?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Hi, sorry, I'm Salvan. I'm Jonathan's mentor. Just to get some understanding for myself, when he uploads his items onto his profile, does anything reflect on our profile that we need to go on and sign off, etc.? And is there a timeline for that?
When the candidate uploads the information, and updates the MTR system, he then submits and saves everything. Once that is done, the information is then sent to the mentor. On your side, you should be able to see the information. And once you have followed the process of signing off, for example, if you're signing off for January, and you signed off completely, you're happy with everything that the candidate has submitted and you signed off correctly, that month will disappear from your profile as a mentor. On the candidate side, once he sends that information to the mentor, it'll show a C, means S means submitted, right? Once the mentor signs everything correctly and everything's done correctly, and that information is signed up by the mentor, that S now, that C rather, or what am I saying? Sorry, that S, which means submitted, is now changed to a C, means checked by the mentor. That's how a candidate will know that the information signed up by the mentor is correct.
Okay, thank you.
And just to add on what Ricky says, the key important thing is that the candidate must inform you as the mentor. You won't get a notification from the system, or maybe because what normally happens is mentors, they log in on their SACAP main profile and they expect to see a candidate's MTR submitted from there. That's not the case. You also need to log in on the separate MTR system. And the candidate needs to give you heads up that they have submitted their monthly training reports.
And also to answer your question pertaining to the time frame, the candidate as well as the mentor is got till the 14th of the following month in order to do necessary sign off and submissions.
Okay, if for argument's sake there's as a mentor we sometimes travel for work, and if there's any delays with regards to that, is there any repercussions on the candidate himself?
On the current system, no, but on a new system, yes.
How do we mitigate this?
That's why I'm outlining that all candidates and mentors is got to the 14th of the next month to ensure that it's signed off, and that's why it's referred to as a monthly training reports to ensure that it's signed off on a monthly basis. So I think there has to be clear communication between the mentor and the candidate to indicate, okay, you upload on the 1st, I will sign up by the 14th, allowing you enough time to do what you need to do so that you do not find yourself pressurized.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I see we have Christian. Let me just. Okay, I see. Okay, Christian, I will just mute you. Yes, I see we have Christian. Ask to unmute. Christian, over to you. Christian? Okay, I'll move to another person. Let me just mute these. Okay, I'll move to Matthias. I'm not sure if Matthias was given an opportunity to ask.
Yes, hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I just wanna confirm the date for the exams. I heard people saying about on the 9th, some that say on the 24th of October.
Please note that all the dates are published on SACAP website. It's the 9th and 10th of October is the PP exams. The PPE workshop in preparation, the SACAP PPE workshop is on the 2nd and 3rd of October, which is this week, Wednesday and Thursday, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mutli. Ntando, I'm not sure that's an old hand or you do have a question. If you do, you can please ask a question. Okay, I will move to Simone.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, hello. I just have another question, and it's just regarding not registering new mentors. Just the system we have to follow when disclosing when we are.
If you're looking to register a new mentor, the process is simple. You're required to complete a undertaking by mentor form and submit that to the registration department, and they will then update your mentor details on the system and link your profile with your new mentor.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Simon. I see the last hand here. I'm not sure if it's an old hand, but I see Brent.
Hi there. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can, Brent.
It's just according to the annual fees. Just a query that not a query, it's just a question. If it's possible, if you guys can do the release date earlier, because usually it's about end of December that you guys say that the invoices are ready, and then it has to be paid by March. So with the reference numbers and so forth, I'm just afraid it's going to cause a lot of how can I say, confusion, because then you guys won't be able to record the proper reference number and so forth. Because something like that similar happened to me, and I used the previous reference number, but my account shows that I don't owe you guys any money.
Okay, if I did quite hear you clearly, you're saying we reinstate. I'm not quite sure you're referring to the cancellation when we decide to cancel you guys for the non-payment of annual fees. Can
Yes.
you just elaborate there?
No, not what's the what is this for the to be registered? Not I don't know, IDL, is the IDL fees, registration fees the same thing? Look,
Are you
sorry,
referring
man.
to the annual fees?
No, our annual fees, yes, annual fees. Yes, I'm referring to the annual fees, yes.
Okay, well, what about the annual fees? You're asking, we're giving you guys a short time or a
Yes.
short period for you guys to pay for your annual fees?
That's correct, ma'am. Because if you want to pay it earlier, there's a reference number on the new invoice. And I'm just afraid it's gonna cause confusion if we pay it earlier, because usually I think we get our invoices end of December to pay it
Your
by
annual
March.
fees, I
Yes.
know. Your annual fees are generated every year in April. The first week of April, when we commence with our financial year, we make sure that your annual fees are available and are being sent to you guys. And thereafter, you've been given 60 days to make a payment towards your annual fees, which will lapse somewhere in June. Therefore, in about July, August, we'll be sending, normally we'll be sending you guys reminders of paying those annual fees.
Okay.
And after that, we'll be calling you guys as well. During the month of September, October, that's our period where we call you guys and we inform you of your outstanding annual fees. Thereafter, if you guys don't make any payment, then that's when the cancellation will happen.
Okay. Thank you very much for that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Lorraine. I see we have Ulungiswa. Lungiswa. Okay, the hand is down. Lungiswa. Lungiswa. I have unmuted you, Lungiswa, so I'm not sure it's from your side or. Lungiswa? Okay, I see the hand is still up. I'm unmuting. I'm not sure if you are unable to unmute from your side, but we've got a chat box. You can ask a question there and our team will be able to respond. Unless we give you another chance, Lungiswa? Okay. Colleagues, from what I can see, it looks like that was a last questions. We don't have other. Okay, I see Jonathan again now. I think Jonathan wants to ask a question. Yes, Jonathan?
Sorry guys. Just a quick one. Am I correct in saying that this webinar can count under 4 hours of educational time for our MTR logbook? Or 3 hours, however long the webinar is?
This webinar can be recorded under the HDN session for the MTR system. We look at the guidelines on the MTR policy to determine how many units.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Jonathan. I'm not sure if you've got other questions. We still
No,
have-
I'm good, thanks. No, I'm
You're
good.
good.
Thank you.
Okay. So from my side, I can see colleagues, we don't have any other questions. I think I will hand over now to our program director for closing, but just to from the stakeholder relations unit, as indicated, we will obviously send you the presentations. The presentation will also be made available on our library, and then we will also send you the link so that you can obviously have access to the video, to the webinar. Yeah, that's it. We also encourage you to follow us on social media. Also, please follow us on our YouTube, which is We Are SACEP. Thank you very much. Over to you, to the program director. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. From the education desk, we truly appreciate all the participants, and we truly appreciate the number of questions that you have actually asked. And to the team that have actually done the presentation, thank you so much for sharing such a useful information to the participants. I think it's highly appreciated. I think next year, again, we are going to have the same webinar. We will try and blend it differently to the stakeholder relations unit. Thank you so much for the collaboration. I would like to close this session now. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Thank you so much.